I'm finally doing it. I'm doing another sketchbook tour because I finished this in April. Um, this was almost a whole year. You get to see some of the stickers that I collected throughout the year that I put on my sketchbook and in my sketchbook. A lot of these were gifts from conventions or orders. I'll just jump right into it. Why don't I? I kind of wanted to give myself a task with the sketchbook that I didn't want to be too focused on trying to make the pages look good, you know? I was trying to actually go back to the roots of using a sketchbook as what it is, to sketch and to try things out, to experiment. And I actually think that it helped me a lot to grow as an artist throughout this year. Yeah, I think this being the third page in, I kind of let go of that idea that I had to make it look perfect. So you can see this is like, it's not a bad sketch page whatsoever. It's just not, up to the standard that some people would like their sketchbooks to look. But for me, it was actually really helpful to kind of let go and just, do what was fun for me and to actually learn something while I was using the sketchbook. Here we got some colored pencil drawings. This was actually at a meetup with some other artists where we were just sitting at a table together being creative, and I just felt like drawing some colorful furries, which I'm never opposed to. And we got some pen sketches and some ballpoint pen sketches. I think these are actually really, really cool. Let me show you. I'm pretty happy with these. I think they look pretty cool and intense with the ballpoint pen. Here I used some gel pens. These are actually like a little bit chromatic. No, something else. But gel pens. Here I used the same ballpoint pen that I used for these two. It was a really nice ballpoint pen. I somehow got like it was just a free pen, and somehow the free pens are always just like the most wonderful to draw with. Maybe it has something to do with them being free, though I doubt it. Here I actually did another thingy where I was just like, I don't really want to use the sketchbook as a thing to show off. I just also want to have it as a useful tool. So I was learning how to play Scott with my friends, and since it's a pretty complicated setup with the rules, I just decided to note them down so I would have them actually written down somewhere. It's quite fun. You should look into it if you like card games. It's for 3 people, so it's like one of those that you don't need 4 people for. Here's some more ballpoint pen sketches. I was trying to get out of my comfort zone with this one because my preferred subject to draw usually is people, and I don't draw a lot of constructs or buildings or creatures, so I just kind of wanted to try something different. And with this fish that I drew up here on this weird carriage thing, I just wanted to draw some more fish, so I came up with these guys, and I think they are pretty neat fishies. They are not real fish, just some like fictional fish. You don't really need a lot of things to indicate that something is a fish. You just need some fins, some round eyes, and then you're all good to go. Here I drew some cats with some colored pencils, and the background is Posca pens. Here we got a page that when I was drawing this page, actually, I hated looking at it because it just seemed so chaotic to me and everything, but now I actually quite like it. I think it's just showing that sketchbooks can be fun, and they're for anything, like doodles and a weird little snail here. Why not? Here I made some more use of the gel pens. Here you can kind of see the start of where I was trying to try out some new things in terms of using different mediums, like more than one color, more than one type of pen. Like I had some gel pens in here, some ballpoint pen and markers. Unfortunately, some of the markers pushed through on this page after, because I had drawn this page first, so it kind of ruined this poor Zelda a little bit, but I I think she still looks pretty cool, even if there's like some color splotches on her. Here's another piece. I made like a little progress video of this piece, I think. I'm not vibing too hard with these colors now anymore, but I do think that it was a fun practice. Here is a little vampire lady. She's winged and looks pretty cool. And here we have like a fold-out piece of one of my OCs. I think sketchbooks are also always great for note keeping and for idea keeping. There was like this trend with the love, heart, brain, caffeine control, melatonin. And I noted down the OCs I wanted to draw with it. Here we have a little fawn creature and a really nice looking bowl of ramen. I am really happy with how this piece turned out. I was a little critical in the beginning because I was like, I don't know, but that's where you gotta trust the process. Here we have some more fictional fishies, this time with colored pencils and black Posca pen in the background to kind of lift them forward a bit more. Got this really nice sticker look. This is my D&D character, Leo Varin. He is a bard. He gets beat up a lot, as you can tell. And I used some Stabilo pens, another Posca pen for the background, and some colored pencils to bring it all together. Here we have a spread page that I actually have a video of as well. It's just some eggs, different fried eggs, and a chicken. Here I have some foliage practice, you could say. Nothing too intense or in depth, but definitely something worth pursuing. I should draw more trees and nature things, honestly. Pretty lady. Then this spread here, I actually was trying to like expand my horizon across just one page and kind of fill a little bit more than just, you know, being limited to just using one half. Here we have a vampire cowboy, because that seems like a very fun combination. I remember when I drew this, I had to label this as the moon, because I didn't want to forget that he needed to be in the dark, otherwise he would have burned. Here is like a very cute looking anime girly. Not very anime, but you know what I mean. Got the little sparkles. Here we have some fictional bugs. I obviously love like insects and stuff, like based on my fairy designs and everything. So it was just a fun practice, kind of like with the fish, to just draw something with 6 legs and hope that it turns out looking like a bug. Cute, pretty lady. Then here I was starting to use more of the different mediums, like putting in stickers to kind of challenge myself a bit more to draw something that I wouldn't normally draw. Like, she obviously doesn't have much to do with these stickers on here, but I do still think that I wouldn't have drawn someone on a hike with a backpack if I didn't have the limitations of having to kind of use the space that was free, and that's what turned out. And here we have some washi tape and stickers on top of a piece of my OC miles that I did. Here we got some more washi tape and stickers that I used in the works. Little gecko. I love this washi tape. I got it from Crispy Fritz. I have to check if that's still their username. And we have a fairy. And if you know anything about my art, you know that I love fairies. These were actually also washi tape of a friend of mine, Lydia Mates. She's just an incredibly whimsical and cutesy artist. Like, she's so sweet. I'm so glad I got to meet her. Here we have an OC of mine. His name is CCTV. Also, if you know any of my work, you might know about them. They are a monster, obviously. And I have this washi tape with all these eyes that just fit perfectly together with their eye face. Here we got some K-pop Demon Hunter artwork. I used colored pencils for this. Here's some markers that I had received from my friend a few years ago that I used for these. And here I was trying if I could kind of give the illusion of a veil, just kind of have that see-through look of having fabric over top of something. She's kind of giving Mother Mary vibes, but she's obviously an elf, so she's not real, guys. She doesn't exist, okay? Here I drew a jellyfish because my dad somehow managed to get stung by a jellyfish more than once in his life, and he said something about maybe wanting to get tattooed by me one day, so I decided to just try and draw a jellyfish. Here I tried something different with the background. I used these same markers that I used here to give this kind of like blocky background, and once again my love of Wump is back in action here. Oh my goodness, yeah. So this here is a piece that has been intimidating me for years, and I still haven't been able to actually get it to look in a way that I want to. One day I will manage to draw her the way that I want to. Here's just some eye practice. It's one of my favorite things to draw. It's honestly something that just, I don't know, eyes are so expressive, and you know, they're the window to the soul and all that. So just wanted to draw some of them. Here we have some more gel pen work. I'm not really too big on this page. I think it looks interesting for the eye, but I remember drawing the person in pink first underneath, and I hated how they looked, so I was just like, you know what, let me just put another layer on there, and you know, who cares if it doesn't look like a finished thing. It's just for practice. We got a pigeon, little cutie pigeon. There we have a fancy guy, some more washi tape around. I really did like framing some of the pieces with the washi tape in the sketchbook. I need to do that with my newer one again as well. Yeah, I think this might be my least favorite piece in this whole sketchbook. It's just a little bit, I don't know, she's not completely centered. Her mouth is, it's like she has no chin. There's like no chin here. I don't know, I just don't really like to look at her. Here we get some more cute girls, very soft piece with colored pencils. It's really interesting to see how my style kind of adapts to the different mediums, like if it's harsh lines, how that affects the look of it. And here's some more gel pen work. You know, sometimes you just want to like spend 10 minutes doing a background in all gel pen because that's just what the piece wants, and then you do it because art or something. Here we got some pen sketches. I really like to sketch with pen directly on the page because it doesn't let me have the security fallback of being able to erase. I think that's something that I lost a bit throughout the years that I've been working digitally. So it's kind of a case of just getting more confident in your lines and putting them down on the page without worrying too much if it's gonna end up looking perfect. It doesn't look perfect. It is sketchy, but I do think that she looks really cool with this weird staff here and this little tavern scene. I was trying to challenge myself and do something that had like more atmosphere around, like with background, some tables, and like you can see the server in the background with some ales. Here we actually have the first Critical Role campaign for art I did. It's Hallandale Fang. Not the best art of him. I just did a new piece, like a fully finished print of him that I'm much happier with, but I just had to draw him because that was when the first episode came out and I was hype as hell. Here we get some pen sketches, and I find that like if there's something that I'm just using one color, I tend to kind of get a little bit bored looking at it. So I think just like adding a pop of color with some like this neon gel pen, I think it makes it look pretty cool. Yeah, like it's obviously not cohesive. I just felt like doodling a little bit, and yeah, like there's a buck here, and there's just an eye, and there's a bunny lady, because I felt like it. I felt like it, and that's why I did it. And that's what a sketchbook should be. Here we have like a little bit of an experimental piece. I had this parchment paper that I just stuck in there because I wanted to do something with it. And then I drew her underneath it and kind of just highlighted some of the pieces with some white gel pen and black pen. I don't know, it's kind of interactive, and I think that's also a fun thing to look back at. Like, if I look into my older sketchbooks, like all the sketchbooks before this one, I don't think I stuck anything in there that, like, I didn't put like any other mediums in there besides just using pens and pencils. And I think that it elevated my art a little bit to just kind of stop trying to go the one direction thingy and just be courageous. Stick something in there. It doesn't have to look good. That's okay. Anyway, people kissing. Here we have another case of just drawing on top of the other drawings because I was trying stuff out. I found some old crayons that I haven't used probably in like 15 plus years, and I just wanted to see how it felt. I personally don't really like the feel of it because they get so waxy, and that's my problem, but it's just something about the tactile sensation of that I don't really love. Here we have a close-up of someone smoking. Don't smoke, kids. Yeah, don't do it. It's bad for you. I know no one's ever said that before, but you should know too.
You should know this too.
Here we have someone with a lot of hair, and she actually has a tiny little pigeon nesting in there as well. I kind of love this character. She just seems so unbothered and cool. I wish I had like this type of vibe. Here I was trying to like kind of draw a little bit more clothes, because usually when I sketch people, I just go for the good old jeans and t-shirt combo, and I think that's just a little boring, because as someone who does like dressing up and does like fashion, I think I should just be able to do that better. You know, I should be able to think of cooler outfits to draw, so that's something that I'm working on. Here we got another OC of mine. Their name is Xerxes. They grow mushrooms on their body. They're a little weird, but I love them. They're one of my oldest OCs, I think. If you have ever seen me at a convention, you might have seen 2 arts that I made of them. I like them a lot. And there's a little fairy. In case you forgot, I like fairies. Here I was really hungry and I couldn't afford takeout, so I decided to draw me some. Obviously, it didn't really satiate my hunger, but it still was satisfying to draw something like tasty looking and just kind of use the colors that I had at my disposal. Like, obviously it doesn't really look like meat because it's kind of more purplish, but you can still see it's a burger. You can still see that's fries, and you still see that's ketchup, even though it's pink more than red, right? Pretty happy with this page. Here we have, because we had like the burger color push through on this, I didn't really want to do something too involved, so I kind of just wanted to draw this pretty lady. I am a big fan of drawing elf ears because it just gives you more real estate to draw piercings, honestly, and that's one of my favorite things to do. Here we have another OC. They actually belong into the same universe as the CCTV character, the one with the many eyes from here. I haven't really done more art of them yet, but I really do need to, because I actually love their look so much. And I just tried to come up with what I could call this universe, or the company that they all work for. Here we also have another character that's from this universe. His name is Miles. He is a monster lover in delicate terms, and this is kind of like a little bit of his origin story, how he was when he was a kid, and then figuring out that monsters exist and staking out the thing that traumatized him when he was a kid. Here's some very simple furry sketches. I feel like you can kind of tell when I wasn't really feeling too inspired when using my sketchbook. Like, when I'm not using more than one color, it's usually a sign that I wasn't too into it that day. Yeah, you can also kind of tell that when I'm just like drawing random things into the corners, it's just to fill up the page. I do kind of like this pose though. I think the dress looks really cool, and the silhouette is neat. Here we get some more of the markers, and I think I had like this space here that I was like, why? This is just not a good amount of space to draw like anything. So I was like, okay, let me do the thing where I just use the real estate that I have at my disposal and just drew this weird pose with the shoe up on a railing or whatever. You can also see that this is whatever is on this next page pushed through with the colors. Here I was getting a bit more into the sticking things on thing as well. I got one of these papers that come in the papes when you buy them, when there's only 5 left. And I just decided to stick this in and then drew her, and then I had some more space and I just put in some stickers because, I don't know, I quite like this piece. I think it's fun to look at. Here we have one of my own washi tapes with some psychedelic fairy wings. And my other D&D character, Navalar. You may have seen a video I did about him. It was a short vid, an animation video. I really love this character. Fairy. Who could have seen this coming? Not me, I tell you. Okay, here we have like a sketchbook spread that is like definitely, it was a case of me, okay, I'm just gonna make this a throwaway page, but at the same time it has my beautiful love Sven on there. You can see me kissing him on his head, and I was just watching something on the TV and just making weird notes. I don't even know, like this is a mirror looking at a person hanging on a wall saying, oh wow, bad shoe day. Sometimes I make good jokes and sometimes I don't make good jokes. I also don't know what this handmade beef is all about. I think it was because we ordered some food and one of the menu items said that it was handmade beef, which made us giggle. Pretty lady, nasty dude, and some teeth. Lots of goo. I don't love this. I don't love this guy. I think he kind of looks a little bit silly. He doesn't really look intimidating at all. This was when I had like some severe art block going on and I just couldn't really think of anything to draw, so I decided to just draw some birds, and it actually did help get me out of that funk. Here's some more of my washi tape and just a cool elf. Just a neat elf. I really like this spread. This was actually really funny because this pen was a freebie that I got from Grace, and it became one of my favorite sketchbook pens because it was just so smooth in application, and I used it so much it ran out pretty quickly, and I was so upset, but then I realized I had another one of them. Yeah, anyway, here's a cool like furry gang. They could be like in an anime or something. Here we got a cool dude with a pipe and some neat earrings. And here's just a couple. I don't know, they seem very normal. Oh yeah, I did this with ink actually. I got like a new fountain pen and I was trying it out. I don't think I used it a lot more in the sketchbook because it was kind of too scratchy and pushing through. Oh yeah, here's a video that I did. I actually asked my followers on Instagram what I should draw, and they gave me suggestions, and then I kind of just added them all in there. We have some tyranny here, we got Pincushion, we got Savika from Arcane, we got the guy from Dispatch. I do think I messed up on this because they put in a bat in their request thing, and I know now that there is a bad character that they probably wanted me to draw. And then these are just some more fountain pen sketches that I did without any prompting to fill up the page. Here's a lot of memes. That was when I still had a mullet, and I asked people what kind of expressions I should draw or what kind of like emotion I should convey. And it was actually a really fun practice to just like do some chibi doodles of myself. Here I got a new ballpoint pen that had several ballpoint pen colors in there that I was trying out. And this is my friend's cute dog. Oh my god, he is so cute. Lavender is his name. This page is very interesting to me because I don't remember exactly why I stuck this in here. I probably was just like, I have this brown piece of paper that I would like to use on the sketchbook, and then I just stuck it in there and I started drawing, and I definitely messed up her left eye a lot. So I stuck in just this corner of a piece of paper, and I don't know, I think this spread is kind of like a very, very sketchbook page, you know? I don't know. Very, I don't know. I don't even have the words. And me looking at this, I don't really think that it's like anything special, but everyone who looked at my sketchbook was really interested in this page because they said like, it just, the eye has a lot to focus on. Like we have the different materials, and then the different like colors, and I don't know, I think the eye is just wandering around this page and has a lot to look at. Here I was trying to use the ballpoint pen with the colors, and I think this piece looked so nice, like probably 20 minutes before it turned into this. I don't mind at all how it looks. I think it's still pretty cool to see all the different colors, though I did prefer what she looked like before I went ham on it. Here we have a little bunny, and this is actually also inspired by Critical Role Campaign 4, another fairy character. I don't know, I've just been having fun, like, just doing, you know? When you have a sketchbook, you should just, whatever your heart desires. When your hand wants to go there, your hand should go there. Here we get some more furries. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I like drawing furries. I think it's a lot of fun. I remember drawing this wolf mouth here first, and I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool if there was a character just kind of sitting in their mouth, and then I added this like cat character standing on its snout because it was interesting, and then I added another 2 eyes because, I don't know, I'm predictable. When in doubt, add more eyes. Here we have a little reindeer girl. I drew her around Christmas, as you can probably tell, like the color scheme and the red and the green. Here we had some gift paper that I stuck in here. I don't think that the characters are very readable on here, but I don't mind at all. I think it kind of just goes with the theme of just layering stuff on top. Here I had these agenda stickers. I used them also in this other piece for the 5. Here. These are some of the stickers that I used here as well. And I stuck these stickers on this page first before I did any of the pencil drawings. And then I just kind of tried to draw stuff a little bit inspired by some of the things like the music thing or the flute player. We got the fork and knife. So we got like a king, some film roll. I don't know, he looks kind of psychotic. I don't know about this guy. This was from a D&D one-shot we did in our group. When we met up in real life, we were all gnolls, and this was my character. She looked pretty cool. Here is a drawing I did of a creator I follow. There's also a video I did of this one. I was really skeptical in the beginning with this because it's just kind of intimidating to draw real people and then like posting it for them to possibly see. Like it's one thing if I'm drawing Doctor Who. I don't think that David Tennant is ever going to see my work, you know. Yeah, I am actually quite happy with it, how it turned out. I do think it doesn't look exactly how the creator, but it's still a cool piece of art. Here, I just wanted to draw some horns and some weird pattern stuff, and I don't know, maybe this is your cup of tea. I quite like it. As you can tell, I'm also a big fan of just adding piercings to pretty much anyone. A lot of my characters have piercings. Here is a page that I hated to start with, and now I love it. I drew this crow first. It's not a perfectly anatomically correct crow, obviously, but it just, the black with the neon yellow and the pink, and then I drew like all these people around it, and it kind of gives like the vibe of like crow peoples. I don't know, like they have like the eyeliner. Maybe they're like a group of mercenaries or something. Here we have a guy that looks like he definitely should be in an anime. I don't know about you guys, but that's like, if I see this guy, he's got like these, that's anime material. Then I drew a little shadow for my friend Alex. It was her birthday, and she loves shadows, so I drew this guy. And here's some little books. This is actually a very difficult page for me to talk about. Earlier this year, my niece passed away and she loved cats. So I drew a cat for her. And then I drew some more cats because I miss her. Here we have some generic dudes that are just hanging out. They're looking very dudish and very boring in my opinion. That's okay. This was around the time that my boyfriend and me were watching Andor, and I was just kind of like in the vibe of like the Star Wars outfits. Like I loved their fashion that they had in that show. I do think that as a whole, Star Wars has some really cool fashion design choices. So I drew something inspired by that. Here's another thing that's kind of inspired by that, like droid thingy going on here, someone a mechanic or of some sort. And here's also something more science fiction-y, but mixed with fantasy. I don't know. I quite like this. Yeah, and I also like this color combo of the orange and the pink. That might just be the girl lover in me, but you know, lesbians. Here we have another piece of paper that I stuck in there, and it was like pretty distracting to draw on, but I do think that these turned out looking pretty interesting. And then I just like had some space over here, so I drew like a little dagger. Here is actually a redraw of an older thing that I had drawn in one of my sketchbooks. I had drawn a tiger centaur before, and I was trying to like see if I had made any progress with art. And I think I did. I think she looks much more interesting than the last version of her. Here's a cute tiefling. I love drawing horns, tails. I don't know if you could tell by now, but I'm kind of into fantasy. Like this lady standing on a balcony. This was also just direct pen on paper because I was trying to see if I could work a little bit with that perspective of having someone on a balcony and having like a valley below or some buildings and just some trees and then like fading into the sky. Here I used the fountain pen again. As you can see, there was something that happened here. There was a lot of spill of ink on this page, and I didn't like the look of it. It kind of looks like he got hurt by it a little bit. So I just stuck a piece of paper on and drew a girl. When in doubt, draw a girl. Here is actually one of my absolute favorite pages of the sketchbook. This was when I got my new Mind Color pencils, and I think it looks so cool. Like these pastel-y Mind Colors are just so fun to work with, and they're so saturated somehow. Like, I don't know, I just think it looks really cool. And I used these pencils a lot after getting them because they're just so, I don't know, they're just so buttery to use. It's also the same ones I used here. Another bug. And then here are some expression studies that I actually turned into a little animation video as well. If you don't know, I studied animation, so that's kind of like in my blood. Here's a little concept for another fairy of mine, Bumblebee Fairy. I really like this guy. I have a finished piece of this guy on my Patreon. Yeah, he's really cute and he's doing hard work. Here I had like a piece of a plastic bag that was like just lying around my house, and I was like, I don't know, I could cut it up and put it in my sketchbook, so I did. And then I just painted on it with some Sharpies. Here is another long form video I made. I did some requested Pokemon, the men of the poke. I don't think there's a lot to say about this. If you want to check it out, the video, I will link it in the upper right corner. Here I used the ballpoint pen some more. Obviously this one's not like too nice to look at because it was just pushing through from the back. And here another instance of me just being hungry and wanting to eat food. Here is another kind of experimental piece with some chromatic aberration. I actually drew this thing with the purple pencil first. It was also the same as the book drawings. And then once I had the first line out, I just went over it again twice, once with red and once with blue. So it will kind of give this shifty look. Here's some Bridgerton inspired art. Another piece where I was just trying to like suss out a little bit more of if I could do like a background that doesn't look too obviously like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Here's another video I made. As you can tell, like there's more videos the later we get into sketchbook because I started posting more. And this is actually a piece inspired by the fact that I was sleeping so badly. So I wanted to draw myself some sheep to count, and I cut out some pieces of some gold crown I had from a holiday here in Switzerland. I quite like it. Here's a high fashion elf of some sort with a cool hairstyle and some more washi tape. Also piercings because, as I said, I do love drawing those. Here I was getting into my highlighter phase. I was at my parents' house. My mom had some highlighters laying around and just on a whim decided to use it. And I love how highlighters feel like when you're working with them. They're obviously not the best brush tip to work with. So they have like kind of the wide edge and the one dot edge at the end of it. And it kind of limits you a lot in what you can do. But I actually kind of like those limitations because you kind of have to work around them and with them. And yeah, I kind of like it. Highlighters. I have like a set of pastel highlighters that I used for this my strawberry bun OC. I had so much fun with this page that it just ignited my love for highlighters again. And yeah, I really like how he looks. Here we have another piece of gift wrapping paper that I used. And here we have a very different piece that I don't often have in my sketchbooks. I just kind of had this piece of this chocolate that I stuck in the middle, and then I kind of had like some mental depressurization, just drawing some patterns. Here's a piece that I did as a request for one of my patrons. They wanted a possum and a frog, and I decided to draw a very curious possum. Here we have some wildflowers. As you can tell, this is kind of like around springtime, and a really badass looking lady. Oh, I don't know. She looks like she could beat my butt. Here we have another piece of my OC, CCTV. A little bit more pastel-y and cute. And a sports lady. Sports ball. Doing sports ball stuff. Don't ask me, I'm an artist. This was a really fun spread to do. I actually asked my partner to draw some shapes on this page for me. He had the highlighters and he drew some shapes. You can see like this was a shape. This is actually like a lot of different shapes. You can still see some of them. Here was one, here was one here. There's also a video I did of the process of this one. A really good practice if you're like kind of feeling art blocked and you don't know what to do. Just throw some shapes on a page and see what you can glimpse in those shapes. Gift wrapping paper and Sharpie. Good combo. This was a trust the process kind of piece where like the sketch in the beginning looked a lot like she was scratching her armpit, but I think by the end now it looks a lot more like a dancer than someone scratching their armpit. Here I was in a very loud train cart where there was just some dudes who were just so loud. They were drinking alcohol, and as I am not brave enough to kind of confront that kind of thing and not dumb enough to believe that they would have changed anything, I decided to just kind of like voice my frustration in a sketch. And there was a dog next to me and I felt so bad for him. Here we have a vampire. I like vampires. And here's I don't think you can see it very well, but it's actually like a sandwich paper that I saved from Le Gros Bag. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I just decided to throw some Posca pens on there and cover most of it in the end. And then here we have the last spread of the sketchbook, where somebody suggested I draw myself as a Pokemon trainer, so I did, and I drew some of my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, I quite like how this Wilmer is just kind of like existing in the back of it. Yeah, what's your guys' favorite Pokemon? Tell me in the comments. And then here we have the last page. I also have a video of this. I was feeling like, I don't know, it was kind of like bittersweet, the last page of this, because I was just like, this journey with this sketchbook was so much. Like, there was so much happening in the time that I worked on the sketchbook, and I don't know, I was just feeling very emotional about finishing it, like having had so much fun drawing traditionally again, which I haven't really felt in a lot of years before the sketchbook. And yeah, it just made me really excited to keep going and get my next sketchbook and yeah, keep working. And here's just like some of the Copic and the Hoo swatches. Yeah, that is my sketchbook. That's the tour. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please do ask. I read every single comment and I try to reply to all of them. Just thank you for being here and being interested in my art and yeah, supporting me. I'm very appreciative. Thank you and have an amazing day.